Good evening everyone. So in this video I'm going to teach you cubes. So this is a very important topic in point of view of CAT. You can say most of the time CAT में ये questions पूछे गए हैं cube cutting related. So I thought of sharing few basic things related to this topic. So guys, let's start. Before we start, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Shyam Jagrut. I'm a computer science engineer. I have been training the students for last 8 years, and I do train the students for quantitative ability, logical reasoning, as well as the data interpretation part. So this cube cutting is the topic related to logical reasoning. And as I said, most of the CAT papers में cube cutting related चीजें पूछी जाती हैं. So this is the topic wherein you require a bit logical approach. Some part you can draw a rough diagram, and you need to a proper imagination of something. So, look at the similarity and all. So these are few things we need to keep in mind while doing cube cutting. So I'll be sharing the basic tricks and we'll be having some standard questions related to cube cutting. At the same time, at last we'll solve one set from previous year CAT papers. Okay, so guys, before we start, let me quickly tell you can join us on YouTube. Unacademy CAT4MBA is our YouTube channel. Also, you can join us on Telegram, that is CAT4MBA is our Telegram group. So you can join us on that. And I'll recommend all of you, those who are going to write MBA entrance exams this year, go for this Unacademy Plus subscription. Here you'll get the mock test and complete support for your preparation. You'll be getting many more benefit. You'll be able to directly interact with me on Unacademy platform. So guys, you can use my code SHAM1 and you'll get the 10% discount. So guys, quickly start. Let's begin. All of you here. So here's the first question of cube cutting. Good evening, Nicole. Good evening, everyone, guys. Good evening. Quickly, so let's build up the basic related to cube cutting. So here's one question. A solid cube is painted on all its surface and it cut into 27 smaller cubes of equal size. As this is the first question, I have directly shown you the diagram. Basically this diagram, you need to draw it at your own. That's the challenge one. And after that you need to solve 4 questions based on that. So a cube is painted on all its surfaces and cut into 27 smaller cube of equal size. Out of the smaller cube formed, how many cubes will have 3 surface painted is the first question. You need to count the number of cubes which will be 3 surface painted. Good evening, Shubhankar. So we have 4 question of a set of 4 question here. Number of cubes which are 2 surface painted, number of cubes which are 1 surface painted, and the cubes which are not painted on any of the surface. So guys, quickly drop me the comment if you have the answer for this. Okay, so before cutting this cube, there was one big cube. So basic related to cube, remember this thing. Cube, how many corners? We have corners, or you can say vertex. कितने corners होते हैं? There are 8 corners. Number of edges. If you talk about the number of edges, there are 12 edges. 12 edge. If you take any cube, so there are 12 edge. Top 4 edge, then bottom 4 edge, and we have 4 heights. These are the 12 edge. And surface, number of faces, cube will have 6 face. Corners, there are 8 corners. So these are the basic you need to keep in mind while solving the question. Okay, so that's basic related to cubes. If somebody want to note, any one of you want to note down this, quickly note down point and try to solve this question. If you have any answer related to this, Shubhankar, Nicole, Samaksh, you can quickly drop in the comment, guys, if you have any answer for the first question. We have set of 4 questions here. Quickly do it. ओके सो इस क्यूब को कट करने से पहले क्या किया, क्यूब को बिगर क्यूब, ये कटिंग करने से पहले, कट करने से पहले इसको 6 फेस है, पूरे ऑल इट्स फेसेस पेंट कर दिए हमने सारे. लेट्स से कोई एक पर्टिकुलर कलर, पिंक कलर से हमने इसको पेंट कर दिया ऑल 6 फेसेस. After that we have cut 27 small cubes of equal size from the structure with that we have, that is big cube. अगर तुम cut करोगे, so if you look at this diagram, these corner cubes will be 3 face painted. The same way, if you look at the similarity of the figure, you'll get all the corner cubes. This cube will also 3 face painted. This will also be a 3 face painted cube. So how many cubes will be 3 face painted, guys? Quickly drop in the comment if you understood the part, or let me know if anyone is having any confusion in this. So how many corners? For a big cube we have 8 corners, so 3 face painted cubes will get on 8 corners. So answer for the first question is 8, and write on the hint as will get the cubes on corners. All clear, guys? Any query up till now? Can you answer me for 2 face painted, 1 surface painted and 0 surface paint? How many cubes will be 2 surface paint? How many cubes will be 1 surface painted? And how many cubes will have no surface painted? So 2 surface paint cube you'll get on edge, every edge. So this edge you can say 2 surface painted, 2 surface painted. This cube will be 2 surface painted. Okay, this will be 2 surface painted, this cube will be 2 surface painted, this one will be 2 surface painted, ये भी 2 surface होगा, ये भी 2 surface paint होगा, this one will also 2 surface painted, 2 surface painted. So every edge, on this edge there is 1 2 surface painted, on this edge we have 1 2 surface painted cube, on this horizontal edge, top edge, we have 1 2 surface painted. So these are the cubes which are 2 surface painted. If you count this will be exactly equal to the number of edges, and we do have 12 edges, and every edge we have 1 2 surface painted cube. So answer is 12. So there are 27 cubes, out of which 8 will be 3 surface painted, 8 cubes will be 3 surface painted, and 12 cubes will be 2 surface painted. Now we'll move on to the 1 surface paint. So I'll give you one shortcut and we'll build up one general formula also. Okay, so before that I want you to clear the logic. We'll count it manually and then we'll understand how the formula comes. Then 1 surface painted, 1 surface paint, you'll get it on surface. So every surface will have 1 cube which will be just painted at 1 surface. So how many surface a big cube have? It is 6. So there are totally 6 into 1 every surface. So there will be 6 small cubes which will have 1 single surface paint. Now there will be no cube which will be painted on more than 4 surface. So for sure the remaining cubes will be 0 surface painted, and that will get exactly below this cube, the center cube, top center पे जो cube है उसके नीचे के layer में this layer will have 1 0 face painted cube. And if you add these numbers to 8 plus 12 plus 6, that is 26, and there were total 27 cubes. So 27 minus the colored cube, minus colored cube कितने हैं? 8, 12 and 6. So 27 minus 26, you will have one cube which will be 0 face painted. Hopefully you understood this. Is there any doubt, Shubhankar? Let me know in the comment if you understood this part. Okay, no issue guys. Okay, so for next question, I'll give 2 minutes for you to solve, and you need to answer all the questions at your own within 2 minutes. You'll also get the set of 4 questions for the next question as well. Need to do it in 2 minutes, means you have just half minute for one question to think for. Okay, and after that we'll again do one question and we'll finalize the general formula for everything that we learned in this question. Okay, so here is the question for you guys. Quickly try it. A solid cube is painted on all its surface and cut into 64 small cubes of equal size. Out of the smaller cubes formed, how many cubes will have 3 face painted, then 2 face painted, 1 surface painted and 0 surface painted? This diagram, ये डायग्राम क्वेश्चन में नहीं होता है, ये तुम्हें खुद से डिसाइड करना होता है. Now how to decide, how to draw the diagram? What is the number of cubes? What is the number of smaller cubes? 64. So first of all, let's find the value of n. N is the cube root of the number of smaller cubes. What is cube root of 64? It is 4, and that's the clue. You need to do, you need to cut a cube into 4 by 4 by 4. So 4 by 4 by 4 structure will definitely have 64 small cubes in it. So this is how, this is the value of n, represents the number of cube on one edge. If you look at this, there are 4 cubes. If you look at vertically on height, there are 4 cubes, right? Length, breadth and height, everywhere you have 4 cubes. So the structure is 4 by 4 by 4. So that's how you can decide the value of n. N is the number of cubes on one edge for a cube. So what will be the answer for the first question? Quickly tell me the answer. Anyone, please drop the comment if you have the answer. So 3 face painted will be definitely on the corners. So this, there will be 8 such cube which will be 3 face painted, right Shubhankar? Okay, so your answer will remain 8 for 3 surface painted. Then let's come to the next question. 2 surface painted, as we know these are on edges, so these are 2 surface painted. 1 2 3 4. If you count manually, that is even possible. If you draw the rough diagram, you can count it manually, then we'll build up one formula. These are 2 surface painted. So every edge we have 2 surface painted, and there are 12 edge, and on 12 edges everywhere we have 2 cubes. These 2, then these 2, these 2, these 2, then these 2. These 2 are 2 surface painted, these 2 are 2 surface painted. These are the 2 cubes which are 2 surface painted. So 12 into 2, we will have 24 small cubes which will be 2 surface painted. Now what about 1 surface paint? Samaksh, Nicole, Shubhankar, drop in the comment अगर तुम्हें आंसर्स आ रहे हैं तो. So one surface paint cube will get on the surface of the bigger cube, that is here there are four, here there are 4 cubes, here also we have 4 cubes, and there will be total 6 surface. Everywhere we are getting 4 one surface paint small cubes, so 6 into 4, again that comes out to be 24. That's just a calculation based coincidence, that need not to be same, the first and the previous one, second and the third. Okay, what about the zero face painted? Now need not to imagine the zero face painted. We know total there were 64 cubes. We need to subtract 8 plus 24 plus 24, that is 64 minus 56, and you'll get the answer as 8. So there are 8 cubes where there will be no paint, no surface paint. All clear up till now? So now in the next question, now listen, if value of n goes on increasing, so in the first question there were only 27 cubes, so this was 3 by 3 structure, and you can get cube root of 27, or 27 cube root is power 1 by 3, so cube root of 27 is 3. So value of n was 3 in the first question, and the value of n in the second question it is 4. It's 4 by 4 structure. Now I'll increase the value to the next number, that is we'll take n as 5. Now the problem is, if I take the same question with 125 smaller cubes, instead of 64 we have just changed the number to 125, so value of n must be cube root of 125, that is 1/3 power 1 by 3, and n will be equal to 5. That's what you can guess. Now the thing is, if you want to solve this question, you can do one thing, you can just draw a cube and do it manually. If you do it manually, that again a quite lengthy way to do. So this is how I can structure and cut it and get the answer, right? That's the one way to do. So without doing this, if this standard question come, we can just build few formulae. Listen, so formulae totally depends on the value of n. So irrespective of the value of n, the first answer will remain 8. Are you with me? Everybody is convinced with this? The corner cubes in the standard question, cube cutting question, the corner cubes will remain 1, because even if you cut it in 5 by 5 by 5, we'll just get the 8 corners, right? Okay, I'm not drawing the diagram properly because this question I'm going to give you the formula. Okay, now two-face painted cube, two-face paint cube, we get on each. Now listen, if we draw a 5 by 5 structure, if we draw a 5 by, if we cut a cube into a 5 by 5 smaller cubes, अगर एक साइड में हम 5 क्यूब रखते हैं, तो what will happen? I'll just draw a one row, that's where you can easily understand. So this is the corner cube and this is the corner cube. How many two surface painted cube will remain in between? There will be 3. So if this structure has n cubes, n small cubes in a row, so there will be n minus 2 cubes in each, on each edge, which will be two face painted, and there are 12 each. So if you want answer for the second question, you can simply use this formula 12 into n minus 2, and you'll get it as 12 into where, what is the value of n? N is 5, so 5 minus 2, there are 3 cubes on each edge, 12 into 3, that comes out to be 36. Hopefully you understood. Give me a thumbs up guys if you understand this part. If you understood this formula, 12 into n minus 2 is the number of cubes which will have two surface painted. Shubhankar, Nicole, all clear guys? Okay, we have the second formula then. One face painted. One face paint. Now if we look at this structure, I'll draw it for you, listen. Or simply what you can do, how many cubes will one surface painted here? There were only 4. 4 is basically here, n's value was 4, so basically it is n minus 2 whole square, that is 2 square, we got it 4. Okay, for this cube there was just 1 because value of n was 3, and if you do n minus 2 square it will be just 1 square. Now for this 5 by 5 structure, if you draw, it will be very easy for you to understand. 1 2 3 1 2 3, these 9, basically it is n minus 2 whole square, that is n minus 2 is 5 minus 2 whole square, 3 square, it is 9. And how many surface do we have? We have 6 surface, so it will be 6 into n minus 2 whole square. So you'll get the answer as 6 into 5 minus 2 whole square, that is 6 into 3 square, that is 6 into 9. So 9 6 are, there are 54 small cubes. There will be 54 small cubes which will have just one surface paint. Hopefully you are getting guys, all of you with me. Quickly, let's move to the last part, zero surface paint. How many cubes will have zero surface paint? How many cubes will have zero surface paint? So if you look at this, look at the formula, it is 12 into n minus 2. Now second formula is 12 into n minus 2 whole square. First one is 8 irrespective of the value of n, and the last you can simply remember this as n minus 2 whole cube. This formula will be applicable for this standard question जो मैंने यहाँ पे करवाया. exactly ऐसे कैसा क्वेश्चन होना चाहिए, just number of smaller cube change होगा, other things remain same. We call this question as the standard cube cutting question, जिस पे ये basic formula लगा सकते हो. So for 3 n's value जब 3 था तो क्या हुआ, 3 minus 2 1 cube is 1, तो हमें एक ही zero surface मिला. In the previous question it was 4 by 4 by 4, so it was n is 4, so n minus 2 was 2, 2 cube is 8, so hence we got zero surface painted as 8. Now here you can simply solve this question as 5 minus 2 bracket cube. If you do 3 cube, you'll get the answer as 27. And even you can cross check your answer. You can cross check your answer using the previous method. What was the previous method? What was the total number of small cubes? 125. Out of which how many are colored? 36, 54 and 8. We'll subtract these cubes from 125. So 125 minus 8 plus 36 plus 54. So this will be 98. 125 minus 98, it is 27. Are you getting guys? Nicole, Shubhankar, are you with me? All of you understood this formula, standard formula related to cube cutting? Let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt related to this up till now, so that I'll be able to repeat if you have any doubt. Otherwise we will move to the next question, and next questions will be slightly tricky. You need to think logically. So this is the part of the basic guys. You can remember this basic. This is very helpful because CAT में जो questions आएंगे, the questions will be related to cubes and cube cutting, but the thing is थोड़ा सा twist करके आएगा. So ये basic पता होना बहुत important है. And in case the other MBA entrance exams ask the question on this, just like CET, SNAP, you'll get the direct questions most of the time. और समटाइम्स इट मे हैपन फ्यू चेंजेस देंगे, जैसे कुछ अपोजिट साइड को डिफरेंट, अपोजिट फेसेस को डिफरेंट 3 डिफरेंट कलर से पेंट किया है। यहाँ पे जैसे मैंने सिंपल एग्जांपल लिया था कि क्यूब इज पेंट ऑन ऑल इट्स साइड, सो वहाँ पे कुछ डिफरेंट कलर्स यूज कर सकते हैं। ऐसे कुछ मॉडिफिकेशन, स्मॉल मॉडिफिकेशंस के साथ आ सकता है, बट बेसिक थिंग इज यू नीड टू रिमेंबर 3 फेस पेंटेड क्यूब हमें मिलते हैं कॉर्नर्स पे, 2 सरफेस पेंट हमें मिलते हैं एज पे, एजेस, देन 1 सरफेस पेंट हमें मिलते हैं सरफेस पे, surface of the bigger cube. So there are 6 surface. So if you remember the formula, 2 surface paint formula is 12 into n minus 2, 12 is the number of edge, because 2 surface paint कहाँ मिलते हैं एज पे, so number of edge उस फॉर्मूले में आएगा, and 1 surface paint हमें big cube के surface पे मिलते हैं, and bigger cube will have 6 surface, so formula for 1 surface painted smaller cubes will be 6 into n minus 2 whole square. And last formula, it's very easy, 0 face painted, it is simply 0, it is n minus 2 into n minus 2 brackets cube. So this is how you can simply remember this formula. Done guys, shall we move? Let me know in the comment if you are okay with this, or you have any query up till now. You can just drop in the comment. Okay, so I'll show you one question, so we'll go one by one for next 20-25 minutes. We'll be solving a bit high level of difficulty questions, so I'll give some time to think. In between I can just explain you what is given in the question. So this one is slightly a tricky question, you can say. Think about it. A cube is paint with blue color on all its 6 faces. If this cube is cut into 27 small cubes, and each of the 27 small cube is cut into 64 small cubes, then how many of the smallest cube, so we want the smallest cube, how many of the smallest cube will have at least 1 face color? At least 1 face color. Think about it guys, how to solve this. This is going to be very tricky to count. Draw a cube, divide it in 27 small cubes. 27 means it will be a 3 by 3 structure, and each of the 27 cube is cut into 64 smaller cubes further. Then जो सबसे छोटे क्यूब्स बनेंगे, सो टोटल कितने क्यूब्स बनेंगे? पहले तो 1 क्यूब था, उसके तुमने 27 पार्ट कर दिए, देन हर एक 27 क्यूब के, ये 27 तो चले गए, छोटे छोटे बन गए 64, so 27 times 64, there will be this number of total cubes. So need not to find that number, because we are not supposed to calculate that. We are supposed to calculate how many of the smallest cube will have at least 1 face paint. How to do it? Anyone, any answer? At least 1 face paint. निकोल, शुभंकर, समक्ष, कोई आंसर आ रहा है किसी का? और shall I explain? Quickly guys, थोड़ा सा ट्राई करके देखो. I'm quite sure थोड़ा सा टाइम तो लगेगा इसमें. So we do have one shortcut also. think. First of all, I want you to think, then I'll explain. Okay guys, so take one big cube, cut into 27 small cubes. Now if you go on counting this numbers, so if you go in a straightforward way, what do you need to do? 27 small cubes. Then I will cut these small cubes into 64 small cubes. So if I go this way, all these cubes will be painted on at least one side. So this will be two surface painted, this will be one surface painted, this will be two surface painted, so this one will be three surface painted, this will be two surface painted again, there are four, sorry, there will be one more. So this is the way, one way to do it. Okay, so let's this way only. Listen, we'll use the similarity. We know how many cubes are one surface painted here? 9. Here also 9, 9, 27. Now two surface will be 3, 3, 3, again 9. So 9 plus 9 plus 9, 27 plus 9 is 36 plus 1 37. So there are 37 cubes जो पेंट हो चुके हैं, कम से कम एक, या तो 1 या तो 2 या तो 3. And every corner cubes will be similar to this. So we have 8 corner cubes. So 37 into 8. This is the first thing you need to do. 8 sevens are 56. Carry 5. 8 threes are 24. 24 plus 5 is 29. So 296. Now with this part done, we have complete with the 8 cubes. Now we'll move to the next thing, two surface painted. So let's take any of the two surface paint cube. Let's take this. Okay, so this is the 4 by 4 structure. So these cubes will be one face painted. फोर 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 12. देन यहाँ पे भी 4 आएंगे, यहाँ पे भी 12 आएंगे, 4 4 4 के 12 प्लस 12 24 प्लस ये टू सरफेस वाले 4 क्यूब्स. So it will be 28 and there will be 12 such cubes, 12 each. So you need to be very clear about the basic to solve such question. So that's why मैंने सबसे पहले कुछ basics clear किए. So 28 into 12 is 96, then 12 is a 24 plus 9. It is 336. So we got this number, these two numbers up till now. Now the next thing, we are done with 8 and 12, 20 cubes. Now we are left out with 7 more cubes, out of which only one is zero face painted. So we need to just look at this part. So there will be these 16 cubes, which will be one surface painted again. So 16 16 16 6 times, so again it is 96. So we got the numbers as 296 plus 336 plus 96. So we'll add it. Okay, so take this as 300 and 300. It is 632. It will be, again take here 100. So it is 728. Is it right? 728. Shubhankar, Nicole, have you understood this question? So that's the way you can solve this. Okay, so we have few more questions to do. Let's move, guys, quickly. So I want you to solve this one. This one is slightly easy. Simple. You have given a cube 7 by 7 by 7. So there will be total 343 cubes. So value of n is 7 here. And you are supposed to calculate how many smaller cubes have at most 2 face painted. That's the easiest question you'll ever had. At most 2 face painted means it will 0 face will do, even 1 face will do, and even 2 face will do, which is not which is the thing which we need not to count is 3 surface नहीं चलेंगे, and we know 3 surface 8 होते हैं, and there are total 343. So 343 except this 8, 335 cubes will have at most 2. ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2. तो ज्यादा से ज्यादा 2 मतलब 2 भी चलेंगे, 1 भी चलेगा और 0 भी चलेंगे. So that's completely the part which you need to interpret it right, and you can solve it. Okay, so guys, let's move to the next and important question on cube cutting. It is the question from old CAT paper now. So quickly finish last set for the day. So here's the question. A large cube of total volume 512 centimeter cube is made up of smaller 1 centimeter small cubes. So of course there will be 512 cubes. So if you go for the value of n, it is 512 cube root. It must be 8. So this is going to be 8 by 8 structure. And it is quite tough to draw this part now. So we are not supposed to draw it. Think about it. पहले क्या आएगा? So we start from the left hand side and number the small cubes from 1 to 8 from left to right. Okay, हमने नंबरिंग शुरू किया. Let's say एक बेस लेयर लेते हैं. फर्स्ट लेयर से हमने नंबरिंग शुरू किया जो बॉटम लेयर है. Then place 9 cube behind the cube number 1. Then again it will be all the way to cube 64. What does it mean? So that is a basic layer. I'll just draw a rough diagram. So what is given here? We'll number from left to right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Right. Then after that we'll place 9 behind 1. Then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then 17, 18, 19 and so on. This will be 24. This is how we'll go by one, and what we'll get is this one will be the last. So we'll get 64 here, right? From 57 to 64. This will be 1, this will be 8. So ये हो गया first layer तुम्हारा complete, right? So and start the second layer on the top of the 1. So 1 के ऊपर अभी दूसरा layer चढ़ेगा वहां पे हम क्या लिखेंगे, अगेन विल राइट द नंबर्स। 65 64 हो गया तो हम क्या लिखेंगे, 65 67 60 65 66 67 68। दिस इज हाउ विल गो टिल 512, राइट। सो 512 कहां पे आएगा, अगर तुम ऐसे ही करते जाओगे 8 लेयर ऊपर चढ़ेंगे, ये 1 यहां पे खत्म होगा, इधर जब 64 के टॉप कॉर्नर पे 64 के अपोजिट क्या आएगा, 512। Now we are given the first question. On the bottom most square a layer of cube. So bottommost layer, जो सबसे नीचे का लेयर जो मैंने अभी ड्रॉ किया था, consider the surface diagonal that has the square number 8. So if you look at this has the square number 8. Find the sum of all the numbers on cube on the surface diagonal in the bottommost layer. So हमें क्या करना पड़ेगा, इस पे कुछ नंबर्स जो लिखे हुए हैं, so ये डायगोनली जितने नंबर्स आते हैं, जितने क्यूब्स आते हैं, so इनके सारे नंबर्स का एडिशन, जैसे 8 हो गया, 15 हो गया, फिर उसके बाद क्या आएगा 19। देखो यहाँ से 17 18 19, यहाँ पे 20 आएगा, 23 आएगा और 24 आएगा। So we need to add 8 plus 15 plus 24 plus, अगर तुम यहाँ पे देखते हो ये नंबर्स देखो कितने से बढ़ रहे हैं, 7 से बढ़ा, फिर 9 से बढ़ा। नाउ यू नीड टू डिसाइड वो नंबर्स क्या आएंगे, हाउ टू ऐड द नंबर्स। कैन एनीबडी आंसर मी फॉर दिस, what will be the addition of the numbers which will be diagonally, numbers written on the बॉटममोस्ट लेयर का जो डायगोनल आएगा, बॉटममोस्ट सरफेस जो है उसके डायगोनली जो भी क्यूब्स आते हैं उनके सरफेस पे जो नंबर लिखा होगा, व्हाट विल बी द एडिशन ऑफ दोज नंबर, दैट्स व्हाट वी आर सपोज्ड टू कैलकुलेट हियर। सो आई विल शो यू द डायग्राम इन अ बिट स्ट्रक्चर वे। Okay, so this was the information we are given with, and we have 3 questions based on this information. So most important part here is you need to understand the information and you need to assume something, means you need to imagine the diagram कि ये कैसे रखा जाएगा, numbers कैसे आएंगे, and once you understand it will just take after 2-3 minutes you understand and try to imagine things. All the 3 questions you can easily finish it in next minute. So here was the first question. So here's the first question जो हमें solve करना है. We want a square number 8 ये है, और यहां से तुम्हें diagonally जाना है from here to here, 15 to 22, 22 to 29 to 36 to 43 to 50 to 57. If you look at these numbers, all these are difference is 7. Sorry, it was not 24, it was 22. Sorry. So how to add this number? One thing, you can simply add 8 plus 15 plus 22 plus 29 plus 36 plus 43 plus 50 plus 57. So I'll share one trick to add. जिनको अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन पता है वो AP लगा सकते हैं, फॉर्मूला लगा सकते हो, बट इफ द डिफरेंस इज सेम वी कॉल दिस एज अरिथमेटिक प्रोग्रेशन. And if you need to add this number, simply what you can do, how many numbers are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So there are 8 numbers. So this first and last, if we add first and last number, 57 plus 8 is 65. Then add 15 and 50. Again it is 65. 22 and 43. 22 and 43 is 65. This one is also 65. So everywhere you are getting 65, 65, 65. So how many times 65? 65 you'll get 4 times. So this is how you can add the numbers which are in arithmetic progression, or you can say a series where the difference is constant. So that's the common sense. and that's the sum formula for sum of the arithmetic progression is n by 2 into first term plus last term, where n by 2 will give you the pairs of the numbers. How many pairs are possible if you pair the numbers, means if you group the number in group of 2. So 65 into 4, this is going to be 260. So hopefully you understood up till now. So I'll just once show you the information. हमें क्या दिया हुआ था 512 cubes 1 centimeter के. So there will be simply you can say 512 cubes. उनको layer में लगा दिया 1 2 3 4. So this is just the bottom layer. This is just a bottom layer. Now ऐसे ही 64 क्यूब इसके सेकेंड लेयर में आएंगे, थर्ड लेयर में 64, फोर्थ लेयर में इसके ऊपर लेयर्स होंगे. 1 के ऊपर आएगा 65, 66, 67, 68 इस लेयर पे, फिर इससे पे कंप्लीट 64 क्यूब का एक लेयर आएगा ये बॉटम लेयर के ऊपर, फिर थर्ड लेयर, फोर्थ लेयर, फिफ्थ, सिक्स, सेवेंथ एंड एट्थ, ऐसे टोटल 8 लेयर होंगे. तो 64 के ऊपर जब तुम रखोगे तो लास्ट क्यूब रखा जाएगा. That will be the number as 512. Hopefully you understand this. So let's move to the next part. So here's the question. Find the number on a small cube at the other end of the body diagonal that has the small cube number 1. So first cube जहां पे है, wherever the first cube is, यहाँ पे इसका बॉडी डायगोनल ये नहीं है, ये डायगोनली अपोजिट 64 है, बट बॉडी डायगोनल क्या होगा जो 64 के ऊपर रहेगा टॉप पे. सो टॉप पे कौन सा रहेगा, सिंपली लास्ट क्यूब रहेगा जिसका नंबर रहेगा 512. सो द आंसर फॉर दिस क्वेश्चन इज 512. दैट्स द सिंपलेस्ट way to solve this question. And the last question, once you understand this part, the last question is definitely going to be easy for you. I want all of you to answer me this. A bit tricky, but you can manage. Find the number on the small cube at the other end of the body diagonal that has the small cube number 57. So 57 की अपोजिट, सो 57 के अपोजिट तो ये आ रहा है 8, बट हमें चाहिए इसके टॉप पे, जो इसके ऊपर 8 लेयर लगने के बाद जो टॉप पे आएगा वो चाहिए. वो कैसे आएगा, सो ये 64 क्यूब तो हो गए. सो देयर विल बी 8 प्लस how many layers of 64, 64, 64, 64, 64? How many layers of 64? See, this cube will be the 8th cube of the top layer, right? So we need to complete the 7 layer of 64. So what you can say, 64 cubes के 7 layer हम complete कर देते हैं. So 7 4s are 28, carry 2 7, so 448, right? Plus next layer, जब 8th layer हम लगाना शुरू करेंगे तो 8वें नंबर पे वो क्यूब आ जाएगा, so plus 8. So that's the answer. It will be 456. This is what you can say. Clear guys? Hopefully you enjoyed the video guys. So these are the very important basics of cubes. Please go through this video once again if you have any query. Hopefully you understood. Nicole, Shubhankar, Samaksh, and try to remember the formulae guys. Try to remember the formulae for the standard question. These are quite important formulae, and once you understand the basic standard question clearly, so this type of questions जो हमने अभी लास्ट में किए, these are the question type जो कैट में आते हैं, जिसमें तुम्हें थोड़ा सा ट्विस्ट करके क्वेश्चन पूछा होता है. बट अगर तुम्हारे क्यूब कटिंग के कॉन्सेप्ट्स अगर क्लियर हैं तो फॉर श्योर ये क्वेश्चंस तुम्हें काफी इजी लगेंगे. that's it for the day, guys. So guys, if you want to attend my special session on Unacademy platform, you can just download the app. Go to Play Store, search for Unacademy learning app, download and install the app. You'll be able to attend my special session over here, and there are many other educators with Unacademy, so you can attend many special session over here there, and you need not to take any subscription for to attend the special session. And if you're willing to go for the plus subscription, then you can use my discount code as Shyam1, where you'll get the 10% discount. और अभी तक अगर किसी ने गाइस सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया होगा, so quickly subscribe to our channel Unacademy CAT4MBA, and don't forget to press the bell icon so that you'll be notified about our upcoming videos. So we have a team of trainer. हमारे यहाँ पे सब सारे सेशंस होते हैं जिसमें कॉन्ट, LRDI, वर्बल एबिलिटी, एवरीथिंग इज गेटिंग कवर्ड, इवन जनरल नॉलेज ऑल्सो। जीके के लिए ऋषिकेश सर पढ़ाते हैं, उनके सेशन भी आप अटेंड कर सकते हो। we do have one Telegram channel, CAT4MBA, where we provide the PDF note for every session. So join us on Telegram, YouTube, and do share with your friends so that others will also get benefited. That's it for the day, guys.